Hello and a very warm welcome to the World Cancer Day Solidarity Challenge. Soon, two-time Olympic champion Fabian Cancellara plus an incredible lineup of celebrities will attempt to chase down the one and only Sir Mo Farah in a bike race. Only Mo won't be on a bike, don't worry. We'll be doing what he does best and running while everyone else cycles. He'll also have a head start and the celebs will all follow with staggered starts based on a handicap system, which I'll explain fully very shortly. All the celebrities you can see warming up behind me here are in the comfort of their own homes and they're going to be taking part in this virtual race in the French capital on the platform Zwift, which is a fantastic cycling platform. Before we go any further, though, it's important to note that these celebrities are all taking part to support a very special cause, World Cancer Day. This World Cancer Day Solidarity Challenge will help raise much-needed funds for the global fight against cancer. It's an amazing charity and I'll be bringing you more insight into what it does throughout the programme. Right, it is time we meet our stellar lineup of celebrities who are chasing Sir Mo Farah, the four-time Olympic gold medalist, the one and only, of course, who is running on a treadmill, and leading the way, no doubt, will be Fabian Cancellara, double gold Olympic medalist 2008, 2016 in the time trial. So by far and away our fastest on two wheels. From the world of rugby, we have an incredible quartet. World Cup winner Dallaglio, who's cycled thousands of miles raising cash for charity, including Cancer Research UK. Danny Kerr, a Six Nations winner with England and almost 300 caps for Harlequins, is of course a keen cyclist, but he's also keen to let us know that he trained this morning. Healey, former England scrum half, who is as comfortable on a rugby pitch as he is on a dance floor, and maybe even on a bike. He's very confident about this challenge. Completing our rugby quartet from Wales, multiple Six Nations Grand Slam winner Ryan Jones, who is a very enthusiastic Zwifter, we hear. Denmark's Tom Kristensen is usually winning with four wheels as the 24-hour Le Mans record holder. He's a fan of outdoor cycling. Let's see what he can do inside, and what a backdrop he's got. As has this man from football, France's World Cup 98 and Euro 2000 winner Robert Pires. He went a whole season unbeaten for Arsenal. Can his winning mentality take him far on a virtual bike, though? Norway's Ada Hegerberg was the first ever female winner of the Ballon d'Or. She's also won the Champions League 5 times and is the all-time top scorer in the competition. Lauren Steadman is a Paralympic silver medal winner in the triathlon, so is very familiar with road cycling. Today she's looking to shine in the virtual world. Doug Ulman is a 3-time cancer survivor, a former president of Livestrong, and has helped raise tens of millions of dollars for cancer research. He's a very keen cyclist. All-star NFL player DeAngelo Williams is a man who's dedicated the last few years to raising money for breast cancer treatments and research. He's also a regular outdoor cyclist and racer. He wants to win, I'm told. Paula Radcliffe was the world marathon record holder until 2019. She's one of the best athletes of the modern era, a marathon legend. But what's her virtual cycling like? Paula's family have also been battling cancer this year. We're going to hear more about her daughter Isla's progress later, but Paula was very keen to take part today and share their story. Thank you. Mike Peters is our only rock star, the lead singer of The Alarm. He's twice been through cancer battles of his own and as a result is using music to help save lives, encouraging people to sign up for bone marrow and stem cell transplants. He's never virtually cycled before. What an adventure for him. And what a lineup. All of them making time to take part in this race for such a brilliant cause. As I mentioned, they'll all be trying to chase down the one and only Sir Mo Farah, who's on foot and going to be racing from his high altitude base in Ethiopia, where he's about to have a chat with us now with his machine behind him there. Sir Mo, great to see you. You've just been warming up on the treadmill there, but tell us a little bit about the machine and how it's calibrated. What speed can it go?
So the machine could go pretty much, I think, under 5-minute miling. My aim is obviously to start off slow and progress. I've come down especially for this event. Obviously, it's a great cause, what we're doing, Solidarity Challenge. So I'm here in Addis Ababa. Normally, it's not my view like this. I'm up in the mountains. Just came down yesterday. We were looking for treadmill. We're looking for gym. Finally, we found this nice hotel in the Hyatt. So it's just nice to have, this view.
Yeah, and the machine will be tested, I'm sure, because your top speeds are much quicker than the machine's top speeds are. And we've obviously done the handicap based on that and what your PBs are. How difficult is that going to be for you, not being able to change speed and kind of race properly?
It's going to be difficult. It's going to be challenging, but at the same time, we're all here to put in as much work as we can and make it as fun as possible. And it's great to see so many people taking part in this event. Yesterday, I had a track session. Gary gave me a big track session, so I'm a bit tired from that. And then this morning, just went for a little run. Still kind of, training hard as well as, taking this seriously. But it's going to be challenging. All we do for cancer is really important. Has come together, and there's no many events happening in the world. So to make this proper event, it's incredible.
It is incredible. It's incredible to see you out there with that stunning backdrop and everybody around in their homes and obviously all around the world as well. So we will be catching up with you a little bit later on once you get going. But thank you so much, Mo. And when you're finished, you can have a nice dip in that gorgeous pool behind you.
If they allow me, I've got to get back into camp, don't I?
Well, enjoy the moment while you can. Thank you so much, Mo. Let us now focus then on the race. How is it going to work? Well, it all takes place in the wonderful virtual world of Zwift. And the chosen route will be in the heart of Paris on the iconic Avenue de Champs-Elysée, better known, of course, amongst cyclists and cycling fans as the finish to the Tour de France. Mo is going to run 2 laps of the 16.4-kilometre course, and the other 13 participants who have staggered starts based on a handicap will try and chase him down on their bikes. So here's our lead commentator, Matt Stevens, to talk us through the nitty-gritty of the course.
Welcome to Paris, the city of light. Today's course takes us through the iconic heart of France's capital, taking in the exact same circuit as used in the Tour de France. Our competitors today will ride or run 2.5 laps of a 6.6-kilometre circuit, giving a total of 16 kilometres or 10 miles. We begin with a lead in around the beautiful Jardin des Tuileries, and the rope loops around the back of the garden and includes a short ramp down and then back up, the steepest part of the circuit. The road then swings left and continues around the gardens and on to the Place de la Concorde, which leads on to the Champs-Elysées and through the start-finish arch, which begins the official circuit to be completed twice. This iconic arrow-straight cobbled road known as the Montée des Champs-Elysées then rises for 1.3 kilometres all the way to the Place de l'Étoile, the home of the Arc de Triomphe, which we complete a lap of before thundering back down the Champs-Elysées with the obelisk of Luxor visible in the distance. This takes us back into the Jardin des Tuileries with a right and left turn, down the dip and out again before looping back around the Place de la Concorde and swinging right onto the Champs-Elysées, finishing straight to the line.
Well, it looks beautiful, doesn't it? And joining Matt in a socially distanced commentary box today is Rebecca Charlton. Guys, it is wonderful to have you both taking part in this fantastic event. A little bit of insight there, Rebecca, if you will, into the challenges you think that our Zwifters are going to have, because a few of them have got outdoor cycling experience. In the case of Lawrence Dallaglio, thousands of miles through the Pyrenees. But what are the challenges of coming indoor on a stationary bike?
Well, Gabby, warm and comfortable and cosy is not going to be an advantage today, and overheating could be a major factor with this just such intensity on the turbo trainer. And unlike outdoors, there's no forced stopping and starting. There's no reason to stop at traffic lights. There's no reason to slow down round corners. And actually on this course, very little opportunity for freewheeling downhill. So it's going to be full gas from start to finish.
Yeah, I've noticed a couple of the riders, Rebecca, Robert Pires, Fabian Cancellara, have taken their bikes outside. They might be the ones with the advantage in the latter stages. Matt, we've talked a little bit, I've alluded to it, this handicap system and how we've achieved these staggered starts. So can you explain how you came to those times?
Well, thanks very much, Gabby. Well, as you've already alluded to, what we've got here on the starting grid is a real wide range of talent and abilities and experience at riding. So what we've done, through a little bit of testing, we've managed to estimate how long each individual will take to complete the Paris course, and then based on that, we've staggered them with the idea at the end that they all converge together to battle it out for the win. That's what it is on paper. I mean, whether that happens in the real world remains to be seen, but it's certainly going to be a lot of fun.
Now, before Mo starts, it's important to remember why we're all here and what World Cancer Day is all about. Led by the UICC, the Union for International Cancer Controls, World Cancer Day unites the world every 4th of February to help save millions of preventable cancer deaths. It helps to raise public awareness, improve education and inspire positive action from governments, businesses and individuals. This race hopes to raise much-needed funds for the charity. The World Cancer Day theme for this year is I Am and I Will, a reminder that each person has a role in reducing the impact of cancer and that together all of our actions matter.
how we do now, baby. Tell me what you got to lose now on it. You got it. Hey, you want it, yeah. No. Feel that rhythm, feel the groove now, baby. Don't you wanna break the rules now? Oh, you got it. Hey, you want it, no. Everybody wants to be the best in town. I'm just trying to be the best me around. I'm myself, 'cause there's nobody like me.
Well, I'm delighted now we're going to be joined by the Union for International Cancer Control CEO, Carrie Adams. Carrie, great to speak to you and to remember as well just how important the fight against cancer is. In the last year, of course, all attention has been on a global pandemic, but cancer is just as aggressive and just at the forefront of your mind as it ever has been.
Well, absolutely. In a lifetime, 1 in 5 people will get cancer. 1 in 7 or 8 men will die of cancer, and 1 in 11 women will die of cancer. And the numbers are growing all around the world. So it's affecting all of us now. It affected my family. It affects my friends, my colleagues. So we've all been touched by cancer in some way. And there's a lot that we can do individually to reduce our chances of developing cancer over time by not smoking, reducing alcohol use, etc. So, yeah, it's on everyone's desk. It affects us all.
And how are the UICC and the international cancer community coming together to make sure that the inequalities in cancer treatment are slowly eradicated?
Well, there are inequalities all around the world. I mean, the access to good information and knowledge, access to screening, access to treatment and care varies country by country and within country. And what the Union for International Cancer Control does with its members in 173 countries is work with those countries and those governments to make sure there are robust national cancer control plans which engage all the population in addressing the issues of cancer control. So great prevention, early detection, treatment and care. And UICC, my organisation, is based in Geneva because we work with the World Health Organization, and they're the people that pull together countries around the world to make global commitments for cancer, much the same as they have done for coronavirus. So, for example, in 2017, there was a cancer resolution signed off by all countries, making it a global health priority. And only last year, the World Health Assembly signed off a commitment to eliminate a cancer for the very first time. So cervical cancer is now on the agenda to be eliminated in the next decades.
Incredible. And tell us why events like the Solidarity Challenge on World Cancer Day are so effective.
Well, World Cancer Day itself is a very important day in the diary for the cancer community and more broadly the general public. We use World Cancer Day to give information out to people so we can celebrate progress in cancer treatment and care and cancer control, but also to engage the general population in a spirit of positivity about the future, because there's a lot of negativity about cancer, but we are making progress. So on World Cancer Day, we reach into different communities. And the Solidarity Challenge, given the difficulties in going out in the streets and do runs and cycle rides, etc., is just another way showing how the cancer community is changing its way of reaching out to new groups and to get publicity about such an important disease. So we're really excited about the Solidarity Challenge. It's going to be brand new and it'll be very exciting.
Indeed. Thank you so much for talking to us today, Carrie, and best of luck going forwards. And just a reminder that you can support World Cancer Day and help to make a difference to donate in the fight against cancer. Visit the Solidarity Challenge website, www.solidaritychallenge.org/donate. It's all very easy and donations can be done in all currencies. Well, there he is, Mo Farah, getting ready because the countdown is on before Mo starts. So let's hand over to our commentators, Matt Stevens and Rebecca Charlton.
Thank you very much indeed, Gabby. I cannot wait to get this underway. Sir Mo Farah there, resplendent in red arm warmers, green shoes, is about to set off, let's face it, on one of the most unusual but important rides of his life. He's in Ethiopia, he looks relaxed, he looks calm, he is a legend, but the big question is, can he hold off the other competitors? And Mo is off and running in the virtual world of Paris. This is the World Cancer Day Solidarity Challenge. I'm already getting excited and we've only done a couple of metres. Rebecca, this is absolutely wonderful stuff.
Matt, you're already bouncing around your socially distanced commentary booth. This is so exciting. And we have got the most comfortable seats in the house for this, haven't we, Matt? We are watching here as these athletes are going to be put through their paces to the absolute limit.
They certainly are. Big question is, can he hold on? Back to you, Gabby.
Thank you so much. Remember, you can donate throughout the programme. Follow the instructions at the bottom of the screen. And I'll be back very, very soon to catch up with some of our celebrities before they set off. See you in a moment.
Courage. Real courage is seeing the things others ignore. It's believing in the incredible and achieving what some call impossible. Worldwide, millions are affected by cancer every year. Your education, income, gender, and where you live can determine if you live. It hurts families, slows economies, it holds us back. It's easy to lose hope, but progress is possible. A better future is within our reach. More cancers can be prevented, treated, even cured. More people are alive within 5 years of a cancer diagnosis than ever before. We can eliminate cervical cancer in our children's lifetimes. Our leaders have the political will to make changes across cities, countries, continents. You are shining a light in the darkness. Together, we're making breakthroughs and breaking new ground, fighting the fears and stigma that threaten to stop us in our tracks. There are many reasons to have hope, but to truly succeed, we need to build on our momentum. We can't stop now. It will take all of us, planners and doers, builders and helpers, dreamers and fighters. Every action counts, from the astonishing to the everyday. Because a healthier world, an end to millions of preventable cancer deaths, a more equal and just society with access to life-saving treatment for everyone, that's a world worth fighting for.
A good outcome because all the lymph nodes were negative. Congratulations, Will.
Progress is possible, but it's not inevitable. We're achieving so much, but there's more to be done. The only questions now are, who are you, and what will you do?
Welcome back to the World Cancer Day Solidarity Challenge, a virtual celebrity cycling race on Zwift, where 13 celebrities are attempting to chase down Sir Mo Farah, who's already underway. He's on foot, however, of course, in Ethiopia, on a treadmill. Matt, how is he doing?
Well, he's on fire. He's setting a very, very good pace at the moment. He's already going back up the Champs-Elysée. We had that little bit of a run-in. Looking at his pace, we had information, our intelligence down on the ground in Ethiopia was that he was going to try and aim to run each kilometre at or around 3 minutes. And he's just a little bit quicker than that at the moment. So for me, he appears to be just a little bit ahead of schedule. You can see, I mean, that's amazing. Not a lot of people, Gabby, can even ride a bike at 18 kilometres an hour. So this is going to be a really tall order for the riders to catch him. I mean, Rebecca, what are your thoughts? I mean, he's absolutely flying, isn't he?
He really is. I mean, it's been hovering around that 18 kilometres an hour to 19 very consistently, and I reckon that's probably about my pace at the moment, Matt. on a bike, not running.
Indeed. Now let's take a moment to remind ourselves why we're doing this, as we hear from some of the Union of International Cancer Control's member organisations.
Love, hope, strength. 3 simple words at the heart of everything we do. I'm Jules Peters, co-founder of the Love, Hope, Strength Foundation, which I established with my husband Mike when he was diagnosed with leukemia. Since then, I've undergone my own treatment for breast cancer. Mike is a rock star in the truest sense, and over the years, we've used music to leverage support to help save and change lives affected by cancer one concert at a time. The real rock stars, though, the heroes, are the volunteers and our partners across the globe. We stand for action. We stand for collaboration. We support prevention and improvements to healthcare. But it all comes back to those three words. Join with us to spread love, hope, and strength.
Hi, my name is Dr. Miriam Kramer, and I am president and founder of Basic Health International. I was inspired to start Basic Health when I met a woman while I was a medical student who lived in rural El Salvador who had invasive cervical cancer, and she wound up bleeding to death from her cancer in her home, which is an entirely preventable disease. I am thrilled about the WHO call to action for elimination of cervical cancer. BHI has promoted research of tools that can be used for elimination of cervical cancer in the most vulnerable areas. We also have screened and treated thousands of women, and we know that UICC also promotes this ideal, and we are grateful for UICC's networks to promote cervical cancer elimination, an achievable goal. I hope that you'll work with us to make a difference to eliminate cervical cancer. Please follow us at #Basic Health International. Thank you.
So many people are involved in the fight against cancer, and of course that's exactly why our celebrities today are taking part in this unique race.
Thank you very much, Matt. I mean, he's going at the moment at 18 kilometres an hour. Next time you're on a treadmill, just try doing a minute at that speed. We heard from the CEO of UICC earlier, but now it's time to hear from someone who's seen how important the support of the UICC is on the ground. I'm delighted to be joined by Dr. Miriam Mutebi. Dr. Miriam, it is wonderful to see you, looking resplendent in yellow, and you're going to tell us a little bit more about how the UICC helps its members on the ground and the community on the ground.
Thanks so much, Gabby. The yellow is in solidarity for the event and also to drive home the message that if we work together, we can all be winners. The UICC has about 1,200 organizations from about 170 countries. And how we try and do this is through convening networks, global networks for cancer care, capacity building, where we strengthen the workforce through grants and research, and through advocacy, where we prioritize and we make sure that cancer remains a priority in the global health spectrum, which is particularly pertinent, I would say, especially in these pandemic times.
Absolutely. Cancer is still growing in spite of the news stories all being about the pandemic. And of course, you have so much experience treating breast cancer as well. So tell us a little bit more about how sadly that is a growing burden, and especially in East Africa.
We definitely are seeing, I would say it's the next emerging pandemic, because if we look at the global data, our numbers are going up. Certainly in Kenya, we're seeing an increase in number of breast cancers. It's currently the most diagnosed cancer globally, according to the registry data. And we're seeing about 7,000 new patients diagnosed. Despite efforts, we're still seeing quite a considerable number of patients getting diagnosed with advanced cancers. And so there is definitely more work. All hands on deck are required to help us shift this narrative globally.
Thank you so much, Dr. Miriam, and I'm sure that your best efforts will make sure that happens. And we thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much, Gabby.
It's a global battle, and there they are, our stars around the globe, actually. So many different countries that they're waiting in and warming up in, getting ready to chase Mo Farah down. But which of those 13 celebrities are going to be posing the biggest threat? Well, there is undoubtedly one who will be definitely in the mix at the end. The last of our celebrities to go off, according to his handicap, is the two-time Olympic champion, Fabian Cancellara. Fabian, great to see you. You're in Switzerland, and one key thing I noted about your positioning, as Rebecca said earlier, you've taken your bike outdoors.
Yeah, I'm actually on the balcony in the winter garden, and we have roughly 3 degrees outside. So for the full gas I'm gonna have soon, I think I need fresh air. So because I have just seen this handicap that I got with the 31 minutes, it's a big one. Thank you, Matt Stevens. You make a good calculation. But no, in the end, it's fun. It's something nice. And I think it's something unique because it's a premiere to ride on Champs-Elysée in that race, or in that what we're going to do with Mo in the front, with all the others joining. But it's going to be a tough one, definitely.
How tough, though, do you think? You've seen the pace that Mo is going there, up to 19 kilometres an hour. What are you going to have to hit, do you think, to be with him on the finish line?
The problem is, we have heard before he's on a 3-minute pace. But now he's hitting a bit where it's going like this more Champs-Elysées, like it's uphill a tiny bit. So I hope he's going to go on 3:10, 3:15, I don't know, because my only solution is to not start too fast, to get a good pace, and to just race my race, and then to see if I can catch him, if I can catch any others, because it's a strong lineup. There are some strong boys and the strong ladies, and but it's for a good reason, and that's why fun is in front, but for me the motivation is high.
Excellent, Fabian. Have a fantastic race. We look forward to seeing when you go off, if you can catch them. Get in the moment there, get in the zone. Right, before we meet more of our celebrities, let's just remind you all why we're here today. Raising money for World Cancer Day. And I'm delighted to be joined now by David Farah, a double cancer survivor. Dave, wonderful to talk to you today. Thank you for joining us. Tell us a little bit, your journey being a 2-time cancer survivor, how that led to the birth of Grit Health.
No, hello, I'm honored to be with you. Going through cancer twice in my 20s, I didn't know how to navigate or even ask for help. And I was a cancer researcher. And so I thought, if I couldn't do it as a trained researcher, how is anybody supposed to be able to? And so we started Grit to help people find their voice and use their voice.
And it's obviously a great use of technology, the kind of instrument, the kind of tool that wouldn't have been there 20 years ago. So what is the technology involved and how does it work?
So we are able to connect people around the world for authentic connections. And so even though technology is the enabler, it's really about supporting humanity.
So people with similar cancers, with similar experiences can share their stories, talk about their treatments. Tell us a bit about what they do when they connect.
That's absolutely right. They can visit the Grit Health platform, meet other survivors and caregivers like them, and join our programs to really learn how to find their unique voice and be empowered to live on their terms.
And have you seen some wonderful link-ups and associations through the platform?
Gosh, the miracles, we often think miracles happen to other people once in a lifetime, and we get to see them all the time. And to be parts of things like this and support these missions is truly humbling.
Dave, thank you so, so much. I know it's the 5th birthday of Grit, so keep going and hopefully there'll be many, many more to celebrate.
Thank you so much. It's been an honor.
Well, I mean, this is incredible. You look at what Mo's done in 5K, 14 minutes. It just kind of blows your mind, doesn't it, when you think of the famous 5K park runs that people do, and they go out and do them in 26, 27 minutes or so. But we have more world-class runners, because from one to another, Paula Radcliffe is waiting to have a little chat. She sat on her bike. An unfamiliar seat for you, Paula. A lot of people might think, well, you've probably done loads of cycling in your sporting life, but actually not so much.
No, and I associate it with injury too. So the only time really that I would sit on a bike is if I was forced to, because I couldn't get outside and run.
Paula, I mentioned earlier on when I was introducing you and you're warming up that this year, the last 12 months for your family, has seen you come into contact with cancer and cancer treatments in a way you never could have anticipated with your beautiful daughter, Isla. So tell us a little bit about what's happened in the last year.
Yeah, I mean, round about the end of August, Isla was diagnosed with a childhood adolescent cancer, and it hits you really hard, and I think it makes you more grateful than ever to be surrounded by a support network of family and friends, and really grateful to live somewhere where the treatment was excellent. And she was treated very, very quickly, come through it successfully, being extremely brave, but it's really just reinforced to me the importance of doing everything that we can to fight cancer, to research ways to treat it, to diagnose it quicker, and to support everybody going through it.
And I'm sure it will be added motivation when you're hitting those tough patches in your race today, as if you needed any more, because Mo Farah's ahead, and I'm sure you'd be thrilled to go past him and cross the line ahead of him today.
I think I'll be happy to get within 20 minutes today.
Have a good one today. Try and enjoy it if you can. And thank you so much for taking part. And all our love to Isla and all of you as well. OK, Mo Farah is still out there, of course, on the Champs-Elysée, running over the cobbles. He's doing very, very well indeed and putting in, as you'd imagine, a real pace for those behind him to catch. But it is time now for a quick break. We'll be back very soon.
Je suis Robert Pires.
I'm Rita Ora.
I'm DeAngelo Williams.
I'm Danny Clare.
I'm Tom Kristensen.
Doug Ulman.
Paula Radcliffe.
Giorgio Chiellini. From Cancellara.
Fala galera, eu sou Lucas Moura.
I'm Joe Hart. Ik ben Toby Alderweireld.
I'm Mo Farah, and I will race.
And I will race against cancer.
Please join me.
Join me February 4th.
Rejoignez-moi le 4 février.
You can donate at www.solidaritychallenge.org. All actions matter.
Naif Basil Cancer Institute at the American University of Beirut Medical Center is an adult cancer institute committed to provide the best care and treatment to cancer patients and committed to provide cancer awareness and invest in primary and secondary prevention. Over the years, we've held a large variety of cancer awareness events. One example is the Youth Anti-Smoking campaign that reached thousands of high school students and informed them about cancer risk factors. Another example is the Colorectal Cancer Collaborative Initiatives, which mobilized NGOs and medical centers to provide hundreds of free colorectal cancer screening tests. We are a proud member of UICC, and now, after being selected as a country champion, we're even more committed to work with UICC and the global cancer community to make positive impact. There's no doubt that together we are stronger in this fight against cancer.
Hi, I'm Mark Crafts, and I'm a stage 4 survivor in California. I want to send this message out to everyone that's participating in the World Cancer Day Solidarity Challenge, and thank you for the awareness you're raising and the funds you're raising. They will make a difference in this global fight against cancer, and I am forever grateful, as are millions like me around the world. Thanks for all you're doing. Pedal hard. Hope you win the race.
Welcome back. We are 2.5 minutes away from setting off our first celebrity cyclist trying to catch Sir Mo Farah, who has been going for about 19 minutes or so in Ethiopia on his treadmill. Let's get a proper update from our commentary team now of Matt and Rebecca.
Thanks very much indeed, Gabby. He's running amazingly. He's just heading down back towards the Jardin des Tuileries. He's passed through the start-finishing area. He's got the hard part of the Champs-Elysées done, and he's hardly missed a beat at all. He's going to try and keep that really, really linear pace. But the big question is, as Fabian Cancellara said, would he be able to maintain it?
I think if there's one thing he knows, it's pacing, if I'm honest. And he has been so consistent so far. As you said, we've seen him go up the drag, down the drag, and it's remained a very, very even effort. And that's what so many people often get wrong, is going out way too quickly. So, it remains to be seen how our other athletes will kick things off. But for now, back to Gabby.
Thank you so much, Rebecca. Great progress then for Sir Mo Farah. And I can now go and meet one of our cyclists who's going off first, Mike Pires, who I believe is somewhere in Wales. And Mike, looking That's very right. Rock and roll. That is not your normal cycling garb. We're not disappointed. We like that.
No, well, I thought I would bring some fun to the day, and I'm not a man in lycra, so I'll leave that to the sports stars. I'll fly the rock and roll flag in my camo jacket.
And we are thrilled. Your wonderful documentary documented exactly what you've been through with cancer and how it has affected your family. So you've got huge motivation to push those pedals today.
That's right, yes. And I've been doing it all for the Alarm fans all around the world. And there's a lot of cancer sufferers out there who've connected with our charity Love, Hope, Strength. And we've travelled around the world doing concerts on Everest and Kilimanjaro. So I'll be turning the pedals for all those people and hoping they can find the will to survive if they have a cancer diagnosis of their own.
Indeed. And I can tell you, you've got about 10 seconds until you go off, Mike. So I'm not sure what your tactics are. Just push hard. Enjoy it if you can. In 3, 2, 1. Go for it, Mike. You're off.
Let's go.
Well done, Mike. He's on his way, and I'm sure he will give it his all. Let's catch up then with our commentary team now. Mo Farah finally has somebody chasing him.
Yeah, the first man on the circuit on their bike is indeed Mike Pires, and I do agree with you, Gabby. He really is flying the rock and roll flag, is Mike Pires, but at the same time raising a lot of money as we look at, well, one of the finest athletes of his generation, if not ever. Mr. Mo Farah still tapping out that rhythm, 17 kilometres an hour. The little stat you can see on the lower left-hand side, that's steps per minute, so 150 steps a minute, and he's looking good. So back again to Gabby. We've got more on the line.
He's doing brilliantly, Mo, Matt, isn't he? And I can tell you, there's two men I'm going to speak to now who I'm sure will be doing everything within their power, their incredible power, to chase him down, both with huge cycling experience. First of all, I'm going to speak to Lawrence Dallaglio, who's cycled thousands of miles throughout Europe, raising money for so many good causes. And your own family, of course, Lawrence, affected by cancer. So you know just how important today is, but I know your competitiveness will not let you come out of this without giving it a very good go.
Yes, hi Gabby. Great to be taking part. Really, just a well done and a thank you to everyone. All the partners and the charity for organising such a wonderful event. Sadly, lost my mother Eileen, a very formidable lady, to cancer in 2008. She lost a 2-year battle, so it's a cause that I'm very passionate about. 1 in 3 people are touched by cancer, either directly or indirectly. So, an amazing charity and an amazing cause. And as for the cycling, I haven't been cycling indoors very much at all. So I invited Austin Healey along with me to sort of open the champagne at the end, really, as we're going down the Champs-Elysée and make sure we all get a glass when we cross the finish line.
He's just next to you, Austin, and I'm sure, Austin, you will give it your all. You won't want Lawrence to beat you today.
No, as Lawrence said, it's just a huge privilege to be asked to cycle with so many amazing athletes and Lawrence. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm just seeing Mo go out particularly quick. He's doing incredibly well, and I think it's going to be hard to catch. But I just texted Lawrence actually and said he's got a 3-minute head start on one of the best cyclists the world has ever seen. So Lawrence obviously going to beat Cancellara.
Austin, you're making your excuses. I'm going to have to leave you right there because the action's coming thick and fast. We're going to go back to commentary.
Thanks very much indeed, Gabby. God, it is thick and fast, isn't it? With Mo Farah is still tapping out that rhythm, but we've already got Mike Pires en route. Meanwhile, Rebecca, back at the start line, we have a big group ready to set off in the next few seconds. Hegerberg, Kristensen, Pires and Radcliffe are off and on the course. They're essentially in a team pursuit formation, and as we know on bikes, if you sit behind another rider, and in Zwift it's exactly the same, you get the benefit of the slipstream should they work together.
You really do. You get so much added benefit from sitting on somebody's wheel and doing that draft benefit. However, we've got some fiercely competitive people here. We've heard some of the fighting talk already, and I don't know. It remains to be seen whether they're going to use each other's draft, work together to make that gain as a group, or just elbows out and go for each other, Matt.
Yep, and it also depends on the level of experience on the Zwift as well. But look at Kristensen here, Tom Kristensen, dressed like a wasp, and he really has come out of the nest at high speed.
Well, you can also see the countdown there, Matt. Danny Kerr is about to hit that road.
There's Paula Radcliffe. She did look very, very composed and relaxed. And this is the kind of power. All this. Let me just read through the power and the stats that you see, the metrics that we've got here. On the left-hand side is the amount of power measured in watts that these riders are putting out. And that equates to 2.6 watts a kilogram. That is the power to weight ratio. The one in the centre, RPM, that's revolutions per minute. So that's pedal revolutions per minute. So Paula Radcliffe there, pedaling quite a high cadence. And then the speed there, 32 kilometres an hour. So Paula looking pretty good, but the group has already broken up. They're certainly not staying together, Rebecca.
Well, Matt, we've got that group of Dallaglio, Ulman and Williams on that start line, and they are out of the gate. They are off.
Tom Kristensen did start off very, very fast, but you know what? Paula Radcliffe has got him in her crosshairs. She seems to be gradually bringing him back as Kristensen just rounds that left-hander. They're still on the pave here. So for us, Rebecca, Tom Kristensen, a bit of an unknown quantity, but certainly looking good.
He is, isn't he? And I think when you look at an athlete like him, he's used to 24-hour racing, a very big endurance effort. So it'll be very interesting to see how he goes over this effort, because I guess it's relatively short in comparison.
Next up is the rugby duo of Austin Healey and Ryan Jones, and they're off. This is DeAngelo Williams out on the course. So determined, the powerfully built former NFL player. spent the last part of his career, of course, riding for the Pittsburgh Steelers. What can he steal today? Will there be a touchdown? That's enough of, I think, the American football puns. Don't think there are any left, but a powerful man. And on a circuit like this, Rebecca, it will suit the heavier built riders because it's not too hilly.
We've talked about that drag, but as you say, it's not an out-and-out hill, and this will really suit a rider like him, and you can see his stance on the turbo trainer. He's very strong, he's very rock steady, and he's got off to a brilliant start.
When we look at the effort that Mo Farah's got to make, it's going to be around 50 minutes, but for the riders, it's going to be between 20 and 27 minutes. There's no time for them to rest up at all. It's a very, very high-intensity effort.
Our penultimate rider to hit the beautiful Champs-Elysée in the virtual world is Lauren Steadman. Her chase is on. And we can see Austin Healey here. He's looking very, very focused. And, oh my goodness, he touched upon 6 watts per kilo just then, Matt.
Well, this is incredible. You can just see his avatar out of the saddle because he's putting in a big sprint. Basically, he's trying to leave everybody behind straight away. He started off with his rugby compatriot Ryan Jones. They're at 28 minutes behind Mo Farah. Now, we know that Austin Healey is experienced at riding a bike outdoors. He's also a very, very experienced Zwifter. There's actually one races on Zwift as well, so if there's anybody that's going to possibly catch Mo Farah tonight, it's going to be Austin Healey, and he has gone out like a bullet from a gun.
He really has. And of course, we've got Fabian Cancellara to go off.
Cancellara is off in just a few seconds' time, and here he is, the man in black, Fabian Cancellara. He's making it look easy, and he is a master of measuring his effort. As he said to Gabby at the top of the show, he's not going to go off too fast. In fact, he's going to ride what we call a negative split. So an easier start, although not totally easy, build himself in, and then accelerate towards the back end. But he's outdoors, he knows he's got the environment right. This is it, all or nothing. Oh my gosh, look at the power.
Yes, and he has gone straight off that start line at a power that most people would sprint at, and he is the rider that can maintain it, of course.
Well, Dallaglio here, riding in a solitary way, just around the back end of the circuit, looking very, very good here. He's giving us a wave, look at that. I mean, doesn't he look rather noble on his bike? Look at the style there, the white arm warmers, the lovely coiffured beard. I mean, he kind of cuts a really stately figure, doesn't he, Lauren Dallaglio there, the former, of course, World Cup champion. But it's great to see a smile. We know this is going to be intense. We know it's going to hurt their legs. But we're raising money for a wonderful, wonderful cause. And it is essentially, Rebecca, isn't it, a collision of so many worlds here.
It really is. It's such an important day. And you know, these riders are having a lot of fun in raising money for very, very important reasons.
Right then, let's turn our attention now to another of the UICC's member organisations and their involvement in the ongoing fight against cancer.
Friends of Cancer Patients came into my life during that period when I was battling cancer, and I got to see through their eyes what they do for their patients, which just encouraged me and made me even stronger that I need to have a voice. I need to make my story live and make people understand that I know what they're feeling. And I started my journey also with Friends of Cancer Patients. I really recommend to all the patients out there, early detection is the first thing, not to be scared, to really go out there, and get themselves tested, the self-checks at home, and just don't be afraid, because if you get it early on, you definitely can beat it. I'm sitting right here, and I'm really the perfect example of that.
It's always inspiring to see how people are contributing to the fight against cancer. And let's remember that that's why these celebrities are taking part in today's Solidarity Challenge.
We're just getting the sight of Paula Radcliffe now. It's really interesting to see the calm of these avatars in the virtual world and then flicker back to the pain faces.
Indeed, and we're just getting information through that Austin has actually passed already a couple of the riders out on the course and still maintaining that 300 watts. He did start out very, very fast. Just an indication, I think, of how seriously Austin Healey is taking this. He's on Zwift kind of 4 or 5 days a week, races at least a couple of times a week, and actually started on Zwift as a form of rehabilitation, but has really taken to it like a duck to water.
He is so competitive, Austin Healey. I have no doubt he will be trying within every single sinew of his body to give the energy to be the first to cross the line on the Champs-Elysée. But so many of these athletes and celebrities are winners in all their fields. So, yeah, competitiveness is not an issue, is it, out there today? And I'm loving it too, Rebecca, the way their faces in real life and their avatars are so different. It's brilliant. OK, we are doing this, of course, today for a very good cause. Of course, it's World Cancer Day, and we're raising money all around the world for a unified approach to battling cancer. It's time now to take a quick break.
The bravest thing that a leader can do, whether they're working in the industry or they're working in civil society, is to step up and say, this is something that we can deal with.
What we need to do is to make a difference.
The bravest thing we can do about cancer is support.
The bravest thing we can do to beat cancer is prevent it. We need bold action to stop the cause of cancer in the food people eat, the air they breathe, and the conditions in which they work and live.
I love that question because brave and bold is what we need to be.
Hey everyone, I'm Zylan Van. I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma at the age of 26. I'm happy to say that for 7 years now, I've been in the clear. And since then, I've completed an Ironman triathlon and several half Ironman triathlons. Those are the good things that cancer has brought me. But right now, we still have many people currently going through this disease. The coronavirus is making all of the headlines, but World Cancer Day is coming up, and it acts as a perfect reminder to stand in solidarity with those currently going through it. So, on behalf of the Cancer Association of South Africa, I am honored to support those racing in the Solidarity Challenge, to give the voiceless a voice during these precarious times that we are living through. So, I'd like to say well done, shout out to all of you. Together we are stronger, and together we can come up against these diseases that disrupt the human race. As a race, we are stronger together.
Well, hi everyone, I'm Mark Middleton. I'm the Global CEO of the Icon Group. We are Australia's largest provider of private cancer care. We've now grown into New Zealand, Singapore, Hong Kong, Vietnam and China. We're absolutely honoured to be a vanguard partner of the Union for International Cancer Control. We are passionate as an organisation about World Cancer Day. And World Cancer Day is about elevating the conversation and making sure that we address the global cancer burden. We are incredibly supportive of the UICC's latest initiative for World Cancer Day, and that is, of course, the Solidarity Challenge. So the Solidarity Challenge is about bringing physical fitness and fun into the conversation as we see many, many leaders and celebrities take part in what is a virtual bike ride. So that's going to be an enormous fun, and it also allows us to, again, let's raise awareness. Let's make sure that people don't pass away prematurely from cancer, and let's do something about the global cancer burden.
Welcome back to the World Cancer Day Solidarity Challenge. This virtual celebrity cycling race is well underway. 13 celebrities on bikes attempting to chase down Mo Farah, who's on foot. He's on a treadmill in Ethiopia. They're all around the world. It's following a handicap system. The celebrities have been gradually set off by our judges who've judged exactly when they think they should go. So you can see there, Lawrence Dallaglio at the moment is pushing really hard. He is the man closest to Mo Farah. Can he keep up that kind of pressure? Do his legs have the strength and energy to go all the way to the line? Well, let's find out. Let's rejoin our commentators to see how it's all going.
Thank you very much indeed, Gabby. Well, of course, Mo Farah is still way out in front. Let's just look at how much he has covered. As you can see, the top left-hand side, that little checkers flag, that is how far Mo Farah still has to run. 4.5 kilometres, or 4.4 should I say. There he is. looking good, still maintaining that very, very even pace. He's got 12.1 kilometres under his legs, but look at the way Dallaglio is riding. He is, absolutely flying down this course. He's second on the road at the moment.
He is. He's super strong, but he isn't just smashing it out the start gate. He's really consistent here. And we talked about those handicaps. I love the fact that Fabian Cancellara is blaming you for what he's got to make up here, Matt.
Well, yeah, Fabian, I'll have a word with him afterwards about the way we actually came to this calculation, but there's no doubt about it. He has got to work very, very hard indeed, but he has already overtaken Robert Pires. So Fabian Cancellara, as we look at Ulman at the moment, of course, Doug Ulman, a really keen amateur cyclist, 3 times cancer survivor himself. Looks like he's in the middle of his library then. How composed does Doug look? It looks like he's riding a bit of a walk in the park. I mean, look, he's enjoying it. Thumbs up from Doug there. That is what this is all about, isn't it? I mean, his legs are going to be hurting, but he's having a great time. Now time to hear from one of the Union of International Cancer Control's member organisations and how they are involved in the battle against cancer.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great honor to have this opportunity to speak before you on behalf of National Cancer Center Korea. I am Dr. Hong-Kwan Seo, and I took office as the new president of NCC Korea in 2021. Since 2001, NCC Korea has been a leading organization of South Korea in every cancer control area, including treatment, research, education, and policy making. UICC and NCC Korea keep sharing passion and insights about cancer control and working closely to contribute to the world cancer communities. Thanks to the close relations with the UICC, NCC Korea can join the 2021 World Cancer Day Solidarity Challenge event, which I found a brilliant way to raise awareness of cancer control during COVID-19 situation. I have trained myself for this event because I've heard that this virtual cycling race would require superhuman strength. And lastly, I wish all of you watching this video stay healthy and spend a wonderful time with the UICC during World Cancer Day. Thank you.
Well, looking at Fabian Cancellara rocketing down the Champs-Elysée, you can just see at the top right of the screen the Arc de Triomphe. That is the top of the circuit. He is now thundering down there, so the climb's done, and of course what goes up must come down, and Fabian Cancellara has just overtaken DeAngelo Williams there. It's went past him, well, so quickly, almost spanned the former NFL player around in his wake. Cancellara is eating up the tarmac / cobbles for breakfast / lunch.
Well, you could see he wanted to react to that. He jumped out the saddle, but Cancellara is just on absolute fire, as we'd expect from the TT specialist. As I mentioned earlier, he knows exactly how to pace a ride, which is why he is such a champion that he is. And now we see at the head of the race, Sir Mo Farah.
Well, Mo Farah looking good. You can just see the difference there. You can just see the figures on the right-hand side of how many kilometres they've actually done. So Fabian Cancellara at the moment has done 8 Ks. He's only 200 metres behind Danny Kerr, who's putting a very, very good ride. 3.2 Ks to go for Mo Farah. Well inside. Well, he's got around about half a lap. Dallaglio still second on the road, but he's got pretty much the up and down part of the Champs-Elysées, but he is eating up the tarmac, and I'm impressed. This is the big surprise ride for me. Dallaglio, I mean, look at him stomping on those pedals. Austin Healey there, maybe has kind of, has he underestimated his fellow countrymen? Because this is a battle of the rugby world. Healey, ragged, but still putting out a lot of power.
Well, this is where it gets really, really interesting, because if you look down the list here, we've got Lauren Steadman, who actually went off just ahead of Fabian Cancellara, as she is just gradually moving herself up the standings there. Dallaglio behind Mo Farah at the moment, he is putting in a storming ride, and Austin Healey wanted this so much, went out with so much vigor, but this is biting now, and we're starting to see those times move around a little bit.
Indeed, well, Kristensen out on the road here, looking pretty good. He's got 9.9 Ks under his wheels. He's already been passed by Austin Healey, but still a very, very solid performance by the former motor racing champion. And look at the effort. His face contorted with pain. This is a man who knows how to offer. And what a rather amazing paint go. Lovely little thumbs up there, Tom. Lovely to see you, mate. Thanks for taking part. We know that this is a cause that's very, very close to your heart, and lovely to see the level of commitment as well as your racing car collection.
I'm loving all the different backdrops.
As we're looking now at Ulman a little bit further on, a couple of riders are now making a little bit of an overtake. That was Fabian Cancellara, who again is absolutely flying up the Champs-Elysée. This is where the road will really bite. This is that little gradual rise that we talked about very early on, coupled with the fact we're riding on cobbles. This isn't easy at all, this section.
It's not, and you look up to the Arc de Triomphe at the top there, and I've done this ride many times at the end of the distance of London to Paris, and you stop thinking it's flat after that, Matt. And this is what these guys are going to be doing full gas today. Here's Lauren Steadman, avatar looking calm. She's looking calm in real life as well, and she's putting in a sterling effort. But Fabian Cancellara, everyone wants to be able to jump on that wheel, but it's a very tall order.
These celebrities are very competitive out there, but let's remind ourselves why we're here with another focus on one of the UICC's member organisations.
World Cancer Research Fund are slightly different to other cancer charities. They're more about the prevention side of cancer. It's not about finding the cure, but, you know, live a little bit healthier, eat, change your lifestyle, regular exercise, better diet. Those simple changes in life could probably prevent cancer.
What's most interesting, I think, about diet and cancer is that the food we eat, how active we are, how much we weigh, all of these things influence our risk of getting cancer. And of course, all of these factors are modifiable. So there are things people can do to reduce their risk.
So many people are involved in the fight against cancer, and of course that's exactly why our celebrities today are taking part in this unique race.
These rugby players, well, they are putting in a fine effort, and he's just overtaken Williams there.
He has. Well, he's absolutely flying up this course. It won't be long. He's actually in second place on the road. He's actually overtaken Dallaglio. So Steadman is catching Radcliffe here. So Lauren Steadman is riding very, very smoothly. There she goes, straight past Paula Radcliffe. Again, the far more experienced cyclist is Lauren Steadman, the para-triathlete, world and European champion. She's a big fan of baking and a great salsa dancer as well. But she's dancing her way up the Champs-Elysées to confetti applause.
I think she's having to hold back the dancing so that she can keep such a calm stance on that turbo trainer and just put all that power through the pedals, but she is indeed a fine dancer on those pedals.
She can, as we just said, Paula Radcliffe here, we're just heading up towards the turn again. That is the iconic, obviously the Champs-Elysées. Just a quick reminder about what this is all about. We're raising money for cancer awareness. Head to www.solidaritychallenge.org/donate to contribute some money to this wonderful cause. It really is a coming together of so many different sporting and entertainment worlds to raise money for an absolutely magnificent cause. Again, look at that picture of Kristensen there. Again, oh, wonderful stuff. He really is getting in. He's combining kind of virtual cycling and virtual car racing as well. Wonderful to see.
I'm hoping that this is going to encourage all the others to start some moves on the turbo trainer. He is cool, calm, collected. Maybe not cool, actually. It looks mightily warm on those home trainers. But yeah, a lot of fun for a very, very good cause. And here, once again, is Fabian Cancellara.
Well, Cancellara now is riding very, very strongly. He's got 11.7 kilometres to go. He's going to be catching Lauren Steadman very, very shortly indeed. This is Mo Farah. Rebecca, he's only got 1,300 metres to go. Farah is still in front, but it's Healey who is second on the road, about 1.5 kilometres behind.
Well, Mo Farah is still in the lead, but with just 1 kilometre to go. The gap is decreasing as those rugby players try and hunt him down. We'll be back shortly to see if Mo can stay in the lead and win this one.
With me, wanna see what you see, wanna hear from your heart. We're in this thing together, together we'll be stronger than we ever
Welcome back. We're entering the final stages of the World Cancer Day Solidarity Challenge, coming into the final kilometre of the 6.6 kilometre race. So let's head straight over to our commentators Matt and Rebecca to find out exactly where we're at.
Well, this is going to be absolutely a magnificent finale. 1.2 kilometres, that equates to roughly 4 minutes at the current pace for Mo Farah. And the distance between Farah and Healey is 1.4 Ks. Oh, it's going to be close. It's going to be very, very close indeed. It's certainly going to come into the last kilometre, that is for sure. I don't think Fabian Cancellara is going to be able to catch up there. Maybe the handicapping wasn't quite right. He's 12.6 kilometres under the wheels, 3 kilometres behind Mo Farah, but Mo Farah absolutely flying, and it won't be long before Farah has 1 kilometre to go. It is just a moment, Rebecca. Healey v Farah.
Oh my goodness, that is what it looks like it's coming down to. And what a tall order for Cancellara. He had 31 minutes time penalty to catch up, and Mo's avatar looking very calm here. Has he always had those glasses on?
Well, he's looking cool, isn't he? No, he's covering all bases. He's got no glasses IRL in real life and glasses in the game to cover all bases. And there we go, a nice little zoom in on Mo Farah now. He's got 906 metres to go, but it won't be long before rounding that corner at the back end of the circuit, round the Jardin de Tuileries. It will be an absolutely flying Austin Healey. There's 1 kilometre separating the runner and the cyclist. Rugby versus track and field. This is wonderful stuff. I still can't call it.
Oh my goodness, Austin Healey has it all to do now. You can just see on that long shot that he was gaining there on Sir Mo Farah.
Well, Fabian Cancellara isn't too far behind. Lauren Steadman. Kristensen still in front. He is putting out a superb performance here, but so is this man on our screen. Great frontal shot here of Mo Farah. Of course, 4 times Olympic champion, but eating up the tarmac, still out of the saddle, just going underneath this dip. He's only got 2 left turns, and he will have him in his sights. What can Healey do? That's his only little opportunity for rest. It's full on now to the finish.
And having that other athlete in your sights is just, it does so much for motivation, doesn't it?
Well, this is absolutely wonderful stuff. Austin Healey pursuing Mo Farah, 3rd on the road, Dallaglio. Then we have Jones. Well, Kristensen's just overtaken. So Tom Kristensen, the motor racer, well, that is a real dark horse ride from him. But Healey is in the same finishing straight. In fact, Mo Farah has just swung left. He'll then swing right. Then he will have around 500 metres to go up the Champs-Elysée. And I think Healey can almost smell Mo Farah in front if he can't see him. 381 metres to go for Mo Farah. Healey now has about 700 metres, 300 metres between them.
Oh my goodness, and 700 metres doesn't sound like a lot, but it can be very, very tough. When it comes down to the wire like this, it can seem a lot longer than a matter of metres. You can see the pain on Healey's face, and he keeps just pushing, getting out, pressing on those pedals, getting out the saddle, and this is hurting, but he wants this.
Well, Healey now, you can just see we've got just the view behind him. He will swing left, then he will swing right. Mo Farah has under 200 metres to go. Farah absolutely flying up the finishing straight. Look at the beautiful stride. It's like poetry in motion. He can see the finishing straight inside, but Healey has not given up just yet. 118 metres to go. Healey's in the finishing straight as well. Healey out of the saddle. There's only 200 metres between these two superstars. Farah's going to hold on, or is Healey going to close the gap? Farah is going to take it. Unbelievable from Mo Farah, who takes the win here in the World Cancer Day Solidarity Challenge. I need to lie down. Absolutely wonderful stuff, Rebecca.
Oh my goodness, Matt, what a finish. We hoped it would all come down to the wire like that, and it certainly did. What an effort from Sir Mo Farah. He made that look easy, but it was certainly a huge effort from everybody involved there. What a finale.
Absolutely wonderful stuff. So Farah takes the win by only about 100 metres. The handicapping certainly worked out to a degree there. That was very tight indeed. Of course, Fabian Cancellara will keep pushing all the way to the line. Great ride here by Lawrence Dallaglio, not too far at all. The powerfully built former World Cup winner, of course. Beaten on the day by an ex-teammate of his, Austin Healey. Good friends indeed, but Dallaglio looking very good. But a podium place for Dallaglio as he just rolls across the line there. What a ride by Dallaglio.
Dallaglio giving us a thumbs up as he crosses the finish line, making that look effortless on his way to a podium position. What a ride from him. Super strong throughout. What a ride from everybody. And indeed, we've still got riders out there, and we're going to see who comes in where.
Well, Tom Kristensen still out on the course. He's past the Place de la Concorde. He can just see the Arc de Triomphe in the distance. Lawrence Steadman just crosses the line as well. As we look a little bit further down, Kristensen just crosses the line. Great ride by him. Confetti all round as we look at Fabian Cancellara, who might have just backed off just a little bit. But again, just a bridge too far for Mr. Cancellara today.
It was an absolutely staggering amount of effort he needed to do to bridge that back.
So Fabian Cancellara has indeed crossed the line, and not too far behind. Spartacus, as he is known, is Paula Radcliffe. Very, very solid performance by Paula Radcliffe today for a wonderful cause, of course. There is the confetti. Doug Ulman coming into the last 50 metres there. Great ride inside his library, no less, so plenty to read. So Doug Ulman just crossing the line there. Big smile from Doug, and that's what we want to see. It's a difficult ride today, but I think he's enjoyed that, and in the process raised some money towards a wonderful, wonderful cause for Doug. Here's Robert Pires, an iconic footballer, the former world champion, of course, won the World Cup with France and into the finishing straight. This is a man, Rebecca, will know Paris very well. He's thundering up the finishing straight. Give us a smile. Allez, allez.
What a brilliant sport he's been, and he went off like a rocket. This effort really started to bite, but what a fantastic competitor he's been today, and as ever very entertaining to watch.
An absolute legend of football. Let's see those two arms. Les gens, les gens, monsieur. Magnifique.
Brilliant ride there from Pires. As we just watching the rest of our incredible competitors, our incredible celebrities come in today.
Just coming into the what we know as the Flamme Rouge. The Flamme Rouge in the Tour de France denotes 1 kilometre to go, so it won't be long before they swing left. You can just see the big video screens on the corner, and there is Williams. This could be a little bit of a battle between the NFL. Look at the face of DeAngelo Williams there, giving it absolutely everything. And this is a final little flourish. It's rugby versus NFL.
Two really different riding styles here as these guys battle all the way to the line. What absolute entertainers they are. They brought us the fighting talk right from the beginning. They were so up for today for such an important cause, and what contenders they've been all the way.
Well, DeAngelo Williams just about to get to the line there, still sprinting all the way in. What an absolutely wonderful performance by DeAngelo Williams. All the way over in the United States of America, fights all the way to the line. DeAngelo Williams, you, sir, are a champion through and through. Wonderful performance, determination, grit, all the way to the line. What a performance, Rebecca.
Oh, that was absolutely brilliant to watch. You could just see each and every rider when they crossed that finish line, the slump on the bars. We're just taking a glimpse at Danny Care there, the Care Bear.
Danny Care crosses the line. I think everybody has now crossed the line safely. Let's head back to the studio. Gabby, that was amazing.
Indeed, guys, thank you so much. What a race, the kind of finish we hoped for. Mo Farah pushed all the way to the line. Austin Healey, the man who did that. And let's have a little look then, shall we, at the final leaderboard and see the finishing places and how far away some were from actually getting themselves. Look at Ryan Jones, you know, those rugby players did so well, didn't they? Bunched up there in second, third and fourth. Mike and Ada had some technical issues, so they didn't finish. But thank you so much, guys, for taking part. So Mo Farah sat now having a little rest after his efforts there in Addis Ababa. How did you enjoy that, Mo?
No, I really enjoyed it. It was hard. It was definitely hard. I had to dig in deep, and you know, getting Capuche and Gary was here, just giving me a little bit of information. And I think towards the end, I was going about just over 4 minute miling, so it came right to the line. But it was exciting.
It was very exciting. Austin Healey almost had you, a few more metres and he could have done it there. But I feel that your kind of pride wouldn't have let you be beaten by a former rugby player.
No, 100%. I always want to give it all. Even my kids, I don't want to let them beat me. So, I did go all the way to the line.
You did. It was a great effort. Thank you so much. We'll have to let you get back on now with the serious business of training towards an Olympic Games and beyond. Thank you so much, Sir Mo. See you soon. And
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye. So let's bring in Austin Healey and see if he's managed to recuperate, had some fluids, hopefully. And Austin, that was a magnificent effort. Congratulations.
It doesn't feel like it now, Gabby. I took myself to a very dark place. I lost my mum 13 years ago in 2007 to cancer, and I just sort of I went through various things that she's missed over those 13 years, the birth of 2 more daughters, the life of 2 other daughters, and sort of tried to block the rest of the world out. But I heard someone shout, "You're catching Mo," and then I realised that it's against the law to beat Sir Mo Farah, especially Austin Healey, no BE. There's no chance I'm allowed to just stand before him. So reality struck, but I went to a very, very dark place there, and just like I said, thought more about my mum than the pain.
Well, you know, I think what you've done there is really just contextualise for us all that, you know, cancer affects so many people. Most people on the planet know somebody or have lost somebody, and for you, you know, it was your mum, and that is a relationship, obviously, where, you know, you live the rest of your life, don't you, kind of grieving for those moments, as you say. So thank you for sharing that with us, because that's what today is all about, and it's about making change. But hopefully you'll get a lovely big meal after this, and your beautiful daughters will all treat you like a king tonight, Austin, so it will have all been worth it.
You're joking, aren't you? Locked down with 5 women around the dinner table. That's hardly like an easy life.
Let's bring in DeAngelo Williams. DeAngelo, great effort. We were expecting a little bit more maybe from you. Did you expect to be nearer the front?
I was expected to be near the front. That was my game plan into it. I don't really like trainers. I usually ride outside, so this was a little different for me. I'm not making any excuses or anything. I still should have been up there, but it was a little different for me. But I still gave it my all. I didn't quit. It was for a great cause, and it was fun. I just didn't want to let that last. I didn't want to come in dead last. Like when you're dead last, like that's bad. So I had to hold my guy off because I couldn't let him pass me, and that was just tough all in itself. The lactic acid started setting in, and things started to get real tough.
Yeah, you could see that, your body movement, the way your head was moving, I could tell that you were in pain there. Tell us a little bit more, DeAngelo, about your connection to cancer charities and your own foundation and what you've been doing.
So my 4 aunts and my mom all died of breast cancer. We have the BRCA1 gene in our family, and it's near and dear to my heart. I actually helped spearhead wearing the pink in the National Football League. I've given over 500 free mammograms, and what my foundation does, the DeAngelo Williams Foundation, is we give 53 mammograms in different states and cities, multiples a year. And if we find anybody with cancer, we cover them from the time we find it to the time that they're cancer-free, no dime out of their pocket. So this is definitely a great cause, and anytime you guys need me, I'm there. But I will be better on the bike, I promise you, if there's a next time.
You were great. Thank you so much, DeAngelo. You gave us a great finish there with Danny Kerr. It was very entertaining. And have a good rest of your day and keep up the fantastic work that you do for those women and those causes. Let's hear from Lauren Steadman. Lauren, of course, cycling is part of what she does, the triathlon event. It is a huge part of the triathlon. There she is. Lauren is still pedalling, Lauren. You're just warming down.
It was a really tough race, and to be honest, it was my 3rd session of the day. My legs were completely just gone. Did you know what? I was just hunting Mo, trying to pick off as many people as I could. And man, can that man run. He is fast. But I loved every second, and I'm really grateful to be part of such an amazing event.
Lauren, thank you so much. We loved watching you race as well. You were absolutely brilliant. Thank you. See you later. Of course, today is all about that unified effort to fight cancer in World Cancer Day. And of course, we're raising funds as well. So please don't forget to donate. We've really enjoyed bringing this race to you. Thank you so much to the athletes for giving their time and their considerable efforts and sweat as well into that race today. From all of us, though, it is thank you for watching and goodbye.
Oh my word, what an amazing race, and my sincere thanks to everyone who is involved in making it happen on the Zwift platform, and thank you to all the celebrities. It was tremendous, so exciting. Let's hope we can do it again next year. But I'd like to say thank you on behalf of all the cancer organisations that are a member of UICC. You have made a difference and you've raised the profile of cancer on World Cancer Day, so thank you very much.